Now, for the TV shows that didn't make it for me, and which God knows, I have tried to love these shows. I have followed them from day one. The Flash, Arrow, Supergirl. I haven't heard. I heard it through the grapevine that I'm going to cancel, Supergirl this year. So, but I'm not sure. But I just heard that rumor on the street, though. The year is 2020, and yes, we made it. Now, to start this off, I want to know about the movies and the TV shows that made it for me last year, and the ones that didn't make it for me last year. Now, zooming in into the TV series world. I mean, that's why basically everyone watches, at least, 70% of people, they watch TV shows, more than even they watch movies. So basically, let me tell you about the TV shows that made it for me, and the ones that didn't make it for me. Now, first on my list is The Witcher. Now, The Witcher, the lead character in The Witcher is actually Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill we all know him as Superman and the Man of Steel. And basically, I've not really been a big fan of Henry Cavill because, he's always stereotyped as being, I don't feel any pain, I'm just there, So I've not seen his versatility. But then when I saw The Witcher, it was just amazing. I know a lot of people liked this TV show back in the days. What's the name of the show? Merlin. Yes. A lot of you. Now, if you like Merlin, so that means you like all this kind of mystical, mythological type of story, then you will like The Witcher. Now, The Witcher is actually based on the video game. It's based on a comic book, and I think there's a book too, a novel, whatever. But I've seen all of this, and that's why I wanted to see how they were going to flesh it into a movie. And I have to say, it was friggin' amazing. Like, I loved it. It was absolutely amazing. Now, The Witcher is about, Henry Cavill is he's more or less like a demon slayer, more or less. And there are a few of them in the world, and then he goes from town to town trying to rid the world of demons and all of that. And so you see his interaction, and there's a girl he's been fated to, a lot of storyline. But then again, it's an amazing show, and you should see it. And it's one of the shows that rocks last year for me. Now, moving on to my next show is The Mandalorian. Now, The Mandalorian is a spin-off from the Star Wars franchise. But I have to tell you, I prefer The Mandalorian to the recent Star Wars movie, that is The Rise of Skywalker. The Mandalorian is absolutely, it is brilliant. Now, it goes to show us from how Baby Yoda, gives us a backstory about Baby Yoda, how he came about, and what he went through, and who were the people that were protecting him, who is the Mandalorian, of course. It's a beautiful show. It's got lots of aliens. It's got loads of planets. It's got loads of different alien languages, different characters. I can't imagine how much they pumped into this show. And to think it's just a TV show. Like, the budget for this show must be out of this world. It's just amazing. And so it's something that you need to see. I think it stopped at episode 8 for season 1. I don't know if they went on the Christmas break or if that's where season 1 is going to end, but I can't wait to see, where it takes off from this year. But it's an amazing show, and you need to see this show. Moving on, the next show that I absolutely love is C. Yes, S-E-E, C. I think the head actor in this movie is Jason Momoa. Yes, that's the lead actor in Aquaman. Brilliant movie. Now, this TV show is about a world where the earth has been ravaged by a virus that has made every living adult blind. And they have lived on like this for centuries and centuries. And so they are now broken into tribes. And they have learned to move in the world based on, sense of smell, sense of hearing, and all of that, But then, somehow, 2 kids are born into this new world that can see. And so there's a whole lot of brouhaha. They think they're witches. There's this queen from the other tribe that wants to claim them and all of that. And so it's just freaking amazing. And guess who produced this movie? Apple. Yes, the same Apple that makes your iPhone. Yes. And so it's just an amazing movie. You need to see it. C is a brilliant TV show that I highly recommend. If you haven't seen it, you just need to see it and you will love it. Now, for the TV shows that didn't make it for me, and which God knows, I have tried to love these shows. I have followed them from day one. The Flash, Arrow, Supergirl. I heard it through the grapevine that I'm going to cancel, Supergirl this year. So, but I'm not sure, but I just heard that rumor on the street though. These shows, I have tried to love them because I read the comic books, I watch their cartoons, and I love them. but their stories were just too whack. I mean, the biggest story that would have made this whole Flash, the Arrow, Supergirl, the franchise made it strong was this Crisis of the World that they had last year. Yes, the Crisis of the World went through all these three shows. They connected all these three shows together, and still they could not do justice to it. Like, I'm just appalled. So at this point, I've given up hope for all of them. Anyway, so I hope you've enjoyed what I've said. These are basically everything I've just given you are basically things that made it for me last year, you know, from the movie sector to the TV show sector. Probably on the next episode, I will tell you about the music one. Yes, and I'm sure some artists will want to beat me, but you know, I'll let you know the people that made it for me last year and the ones that didn't make it for me. Anyways, like I said, if you enjoyed this, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel, give us a thumbs up, tell your friends about it, and I will be your host as usual, Mr. Fuzz. Deuces.